Jeff Frese.
All right.
Do you need audio there?
No,
No. You're just stats.
that's it.
All
So,
right.
thanks to Chris for that ridiculous intro earlier that will just ultimately set me up for failure. So, there's no way I can live up to that. And now, the more I look at this, the worse it is. So, I'm the mobile product director for CNN Money, so I handle all the mobile connected devices, iPhone, iPad, Google TV, you name it. Prior to that, I was with a mobile startup that turned mobile phones into controllers for digital signs. It's up, running, growing. You can play it every Saturday morning watching the news on NBC. Prior to that, I was at I did a startup. It's like a registry for college savings. It's still alive. It's still growing. It was actually acquired, but for like no money. So that's why I have still lotto tickets. Probably my number one piece of advice for everyone is you got to be in it to win it. So CNN Money. What is CNN Money? You take Time Inc., you sprinkle CNN, and you get a standalone business, CNN Money. I say that because unless you work for CNN Money or you're my mother, you don't know that CNN Money is a standalone business. We're not actually CNN. We're our own standalone business. And when thinking about the PG and producing killer apps and how it would be germane to this group, the number one thing in the PGA is that it's producers. It's not programmers. And I don't know if anyone out there is a programmer. If you ever tried programming, it's really, really hard. And this is mostly I can just tell from the clothes that everyone's wearing out there, a creative group. And creatives usually don't have brains wired for programming, and you don't want it. You're better off being creative. So, my advice is stay away from programming and stick to what you're good at, which is being creative and storytelling. This is just a little taste of some of the math and programming that goes into a very, very simple, clean story, but also the most downloaded app out there. Any guesses what this is? Some of it? Anyone? It's got eggs. Angry Birds. There you go. Some of the physics behind Angry Birds. So, incredibly impossible to program the physics of that, but what a simple, clean, wonderful little story of, pigs came, stole the eggs, the birds are angry, and they're going to huff, puff, and blow down their houses and get the eggs back. So I think for this group, it's really about, being creative and being a storyteller, and how do you, leverage those skills into apps without actually programming. And it's really about, designing the full app itself, and you do that through wireframing and rapid prototyping. And wireframing is basically just each sort of screen from the app and how what each interaction does and how you get from one place to another. It's something anyone can do. You spend about half an hour learning a program, and you can wireframe the app, which is really it's the soul of the app. It's the look, it's the feel, it's the function, it's how it all works, and it's definitely something that everyone in this room can do. Some really good tools, also free to try. My favorite is Azure. Really simple, clean interface, really good tutorials on how to use it. Press one button and boom, it spits out like a functioning rapid prototype that you can actually have on your phone and touch and move and go. Free 30-day trial. Very expensive. If you have the money, support it. I'm not for stealing software, but sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. You may need to come up with another identity in 30 days. iPod's another great one. Mobi One, really good for working on the iPad and on the phone if you're just working with the iPad. OmniGraffle, awesome. Mac only, no trial, very expensive.
No, it isn't.
Get out of here. What do you mean?
It's $150.
No.
Yes, it is.
Get out
It's
of
on
here.
Guild Group. Come on.
Oh, by the way,
$50.
Guild Group, $199. It's regularly $600. These shoes, $199. Regularly $450. I love Guild Group. Just bought tickets to Jets versus Giants. Field level seats, $200. You can't beat it.
On Guild Group.
Yeah, Guild Group. Guild City. Check it out. Yeah, pretty awesome. So you can essentially build the wireframe, the entire app, and get a real feel for it, and give it to your friends, put it on the phone, let them play with it, really kind of iterate through until you're finally at the point where it needs to be built. When it needs to be built, here's where your choices go. You can get a great partner in Fuzz Productions over here. They're you know, you could be App of the Week if you partner with them. The beautiful part of that is you actually have a partner. They're going to bring a lot to the table, a lot of creative, and they're going to build it. And you know, it's way less hassle than going these other routes of Elance and Odesk. But if you do your all your homework ahead of time, and you do a really great wireframe, and you build your whole prototype, you can work on Elance and Odesk with a freelancer to really build this app and get it out. I prefer Odesk. Odesk is really cool. There's complete transparency. So whenever the developer is actually working on your project, it takes periodic screenshots of his screen. So you know, if you check up on him, your app's not progressing, and you see that he's looking at porn or playing Angry Birds, you know, you can fire him and get your money back. But if you have the money, I'd go with Fuzz. If not, I'd go Odesk. You know, beyond that, when producing a killer app, you know, just like real estate, most important thing in making an app, speed. It's got to be fast. It's got to be now. I got to fire it up. I got to be able to get what I need, you know, within 4 or 5 seconds. If you don't get, you know, the 25% of apps that are actually used more than once. But what was that thing that you had? It's because 75% of them, it took too long to load. It was too slow. Everything has to be fast. Most important thing, you make garbage nothing app. If it's fast, people will use it. And users first. We just heard this, but it's really the most important thing. Whatever you're going to do, always think, how does this benefit my user? Any single thing, any little feature, how it looks, you know, if you're going to have a little animation, every single thing. How is this going to benefit my user? What are my users going to get out of this? And you know, back to speed. Keep it simple. One thumb. Kiss is better. Keep it simple, stupid. It works. And you know, put business last. If you put business before these, you're going to have this crappy, slow app full of ads, and people aren't going to use it. You're not going to have the business to grow anyway. So if you follow speed, user first, keep it simple, you'll get the page views, you get the downloads, and you'll get the business. And well, that's it. Let's move on to the talk.